Welcome everyone to Tatum Volleyball with the Lady Coyotes as they're going to be facing the Lady Wolverines of Texico. Here later on, you're watching the junior varsity team, and it is the third set. 6-3 is what the score is. The Lady Wolverines JV team is leading right now, 6-3. This is Ron Gunner. Thank you very much for joining us as we're going to get live coverage here in probably about 35, 40 minutes roughly. Never can tell, though. This is set number 3, so still have plenty of time to talk about the last game of the season for Tatum Lady Coyotes as well as the Lady Wolverines of Texico. Also going to be mentioning a lot about the other sports that have been going on as far as football in the playoffs right now, and we have the Tatum Coyotes going to be going to Hatch to face Mesilla Valley Christian. And that was changed to 4 o'clock instead of 1 o'clock. So it's tomorrow, Saturday, the game will start at 4 o'clock, possibly. You know, it could still be changed, but at this point, no longer at 1 o'clock. Once again, at 4 o'clock for Hatch to face Tatum versus, no, not Raton. It's Mesilla Valley. Right now we have a 6-5 game, so Tatum coming back, making this a closer contest. Set 3 on this one. Talk about more about volleyball action and other things going on around Lee County as well. And of course, can't do all this without our sponsors, so let's go ahead and thank them. For without them, we would not be able to do this, and we would definitely not be able to do it for free to give to you. Tatum Municipal Schools, Legendary Services, EPNS, Bob's Thriftway, Lee County Electric Cooperative, along with Lasco Construction and Western States Insurance. Be back in just a moment as soon as I get my tongue untied, and we'll be started here in a cold actually, not a cold arena, but luckily, but outside it is a little rainy, a little wet, and a little cold. Be back in just a moment. And Tatum for the point on that one, 9-7. The junior varsity are leading now in set number 3. And it is a timeout called. Once again, coverage for the Tatum Lady Coyotes. Brought to you by Nomark Broadcasting Services right here on HobbsAmerica.com on the Tatum Sports Network along with YouTube. We also have you on Tatum Sports. It'll be a good one as we have the final game of the season for the volleyball. Selection for the playoffs will start Sunday afternoon, so we'll know after that where Tatum and Texico and all the other ones will be landing. And looks like, of course, Texico is a shoo-in. They are number 2 ranked, and Tatum actually is doing pretty well as also. Their latest ranking is number 7. At 13-7, of course, they've won 5 in a row, no, 4 in a row. Trying to make it 5 in a row today, definitely against this difficult team, this Texico team that has only lost 3 games And 2 of those games were against 4A teams. One is a district champ, and the other one is in the running for the district champ. Last game of the season, and they're tied with the other team they're going to be playing. Winner will be taking that district championship. Of course, I'm talking about Portales, the Portales Lady Rams. Right now, it is 11-7, so they've been on a run of 4. No. See, it was 6, so 5. So 5 is what Tatum has been on the run of. So 11-7 is the score right now in set number 3 for the junior varsity. We'll be talking about possible playoff content, just everything really, just playoffs for volleyball as well as the ending of the season. Of course, senior night as well for Tatum, the Lady Coyotes, as well as many, many more things. But once again, you're watching junior varsity, Lady Wolverines versus your Lady Coyotes. And Lady Coyotes are doing well. Another point. And that is going to be 6 in a row. 12-7 is what the score is right now as we continue the bonus coverage before we get to our varsity game. Set number 3. Be back in just a moment. Welcome back to volleyball action. The Lady Coyotes just tied it up at 13 after going down 13-12. And this is the junior varsity set number 3. And it is still a tight one. The first game was also very close, as well as the second game. The first game came up with a 26-24. Tatum was the victor of that one, and I believe the second game was 25-23. And that was won by Texico, so that is 1-1 right now. as you can continue watching this game. So it'll be a little while before we get to the varsity and the pregame. And, of course, before that, we will probably have honors of the seniors, all 5 of them, as that one fell down. No, that was the end of the game. All right, so ends up being 15-13 on the final one. Tatum winning that one, so they get 2 out of 3. And the competition is over. Once again, I was telling you that we'll be celebrating the seniors that are here in their final game of the regular season before they go into playoffs. And for Tatum Lady Coyotes, it will be Aubrey Young along with Ava Slover, Karen Balone, Luann Villasenor as a senior, and Darby Tucker, all those 5 graduating this season. And so, yeah, enjoying their time as Lady Coyotes on the volleyball team. I believe some of them are actually going to be heading to the basketball team when basketball season starts next month. Don't quote me on that, but that's what I believe anyway. At least that's what it seems like. Right now, though, we have 20 minutes, so we will soon get into the pregame as these 2 Goliaths, number 2, Texico, takes on number 7, Tatum. Texico pretty much, they already won the district championship with their 9-0 record. So this is preliminary right now. Just going to try to keep them in the standings as well as in the rankings. Number 2 is what they are. Just 1 behind Legacy Academy, which is in Albuquerque. Legacy has won 12 in a row, 8-0 for their district. So yes, they are also district champions. They have a 19-2 record and the best strength of schedule at 14.7. Texico falls into second with 13.5. Actually, no, that's their strength. Strength of schedule actually for Legacy is negative 1.4, which is odd to me, while Texico comes in with a 0.3. There's only a couple of teams that actually have a positive strength of schedule. That would be Texico as well as Santa Rosa with a 0.4. Meanwhile, Tatum comes in with a negative 2.2 strength of schedule, but 13-7. They're ranked number 7 right now. So again, they're going to be hosting the first round of the playoffs. Just a matter of who that's going to be in the end, because it doesn't look like they're going to be dropping anytime soon as far as the rankings. Right below them is Lordsburg at 11-7 with a negative 1.9. So they have a slightly better strength of schedule, but that's not going to matter much because of their 2 games below and the wins. Heading into the district, once again, like I said, Texico undefeated in district play. In fact, they've only lost 1 set, and that was to Jowl, and that was in Jowl, as they had played them 25-17, 20-25. That was the 1 set that they lost, and then 25-10 dominated that one before getting the last one a squeaker, 26-24 for the final, getting a 3-1 victory on that day back in just a couple of weeks ago. So Texico playing well, just losing 1 set overall, 19-3 once again. 58 sets won, 17 lost. 7-game winning streak is what they're on right now, and they have lost only to a couple of teams, Clovis being one of them. They got swept 3-0, and the other one was Portales. Oh yeah, the third one actually was Albuquerque Academy, also district champions. So not a bad resume for a team like Texico. On the other side, though, there is Tatum. He is second in the district at 7-2. They were able to beat Eunice just on Tuesday night, and that game went 4. It was 25-19, and then Eunice came back and won that one 25-16 before Tatum took over, and it was 25-11, and a close one in the end, 25-21 for a 3-1 set victory over Eunice. And Eunice is struggling a little bit because of that. At 5-4, they should be able to squeak into the playoffs, but you never know about that. 16 sets are won, 13 are lost for them. And heading back to Tatum, it's 21 wins in sets for Tatum and 10 lost. In fact, the last 2 times they've lost, it was against Eunice and Texico, respectively. Both of those at 3-0 for the losses. So they weren't able to win any sets against either team. They want to do that tonight. In fact, it has been a while since since Tatum has won against Texico. As we go back to 2012, when's the last time that Tatum was able to beat this team here at their own home court. And that was a 3-0 victory back on the 10-4 of 2012. Otherwise, yep, again, 12-game losing streak against this Wolverines team. 3-23 is what the record is against this team since 2007. And the other 2 victories that Tatum had were away. So they've only won 1 game here at home since 2007 against this Lady Wolverines team. And they would love to get a victory here, be able to get a better standing in the rankings. Although I don't know if necessarily a victory will assure them a higher ranking, but they definitely will be in the 7-8 range, and they should be able to, again, host a first-round playoff game. But other than that, they have pretty good records on both sides. For district, once again, Texico 9-0, and Tatum at 7-2. We'll be back in just a moment as warm-ups continue. We have just over 17 minutes to remain, so I'll be back, and again, we'll be covering all the implications about the playoffs, and of course this game as well, and the seniors. Talk about them again and mention them on senior night right here at Tatum on your sports channel. Of course, that'd be YouTube as well as HobbsAmerica.com on Tatum Sports. Be back in just a moment. Welcome everyone to Tatum Lady Volleyball action right here in Tatum. I am Ron Gunter. With me is Max on the camera. And we're getting the maximum effort from him as always. Had to say that. 8 minutes to go before we get the game, and we've got our lineups, as well as, of course, we can talk turkey about what's going on before the playoffs hit. And yes, it is senior night for the Lady Coyotes as well. So Aubrey Young, number 2, will be honored along with her teammates. Be Ava Slover, number 8. Karen Bailon, number 10. Also Luann Villasenor, number 11. And Darby Tucker, number 12. All those seniors will be honored tonight. It is their last regular season game before playoffs happen. We'll be finding out about that on Sunday. Of course, we also have playoff action going on this weekend for football, and one of those teams is going to be Tatum, as they won last week in huge fashion after a delay of weather. We covered that one as well. It's online if you want to watch it still. That was Tatum versus Dulce, and that was a quick game after it started at 5:30. It was 58-6 was the final, and that ended in halftime. So they'll be moving on to Mesilla to play them this Saturday. 4 o'clock now is what the start time is going to be, not 1 o'clock. So 4 o'clock in Hatch. And that can change, but right now that's what it's set at. It's 4 o'clock. You can buy your tickets online. Go to the Facebook page and be able to get those tickets with the code. And no problem. Going back here to the volleyball, we have two top teams. Both of these are winning a lot. In fact, a 4-game winning streak for Tatum. And the Lady Wolverines are on a 7-game winning streak. They did blow through the district pretty easily. In fact, they had a 9-0 record for district. They were even able to play Portales in the middle of all that. Portales is actually in 4A, and they're number 1 in their district, poised to take another district championship as well. They're going to be playing this evening to determine that one, but right now, of course, it is the Lady Coyotes of Tatum to face them right now. And the Lady Wolverines have been ferocious. 19-3 is what their record is for the season. And they have been playing well. 58 wins for sets, only 17 losses. And they have a .864 winning percentage at 19.3. So the last couple of games, of course, just the other day, just Tuesday, Texico faced Jal and was able to win 3-0 at 25-8 for the first set. Second set was 25-2, so no contest there. And the third one a little bit closer, 25-19. And this Texico Lady Wolverines team has a 12-game winning streak against your Tatum. Oh man, now my tongue is all. Lady Coyotes of Tatum. Thank you. As again, 12 games, so they can break that losing streak as well. They're going to be looking pretty as they set themselves up once again for the playoffs. In that game last week, or a couple weeks ago when they played each other, it was Kinsey Crow who had the most kills with 11, followed by Aspen Firo at 9. She had both of them had 27 and 24 respectively attempts, but it was only Firo that had 4 errors during that game for the Lady Wolverines. Adeline Autry also had 6 kills along with Fonatelli. She also had 6. Both of them had 15 attempts as well, but it was Autry that had 3 errors to Fonatelli with 1. So one of the reasons why that was their attacking numbers. The Lady Coyotes, on the other hand, had some pretty good numbers as well. They had 5 from Sydney. Sydney's usually the leading one for kill or attacks. 5 kills. So she had 50% off of 10 attempts. 3 errors, though, so that wasn't very good, but still not bad considering they were playing Texico. Also had Villasenor as well as Dixon and Hennard, who all had 4 kills off of attempts. Villasenor had 20, Hennard had 18, and Dixon had 11. Every one of them, though, had 3 errors, so you got to be playing right in a team. Got to do the same thing, and that's exactly what happened. So not bad, but still couldn't win a game or win a set. Again, they're hoping to do that today here in front of the home crowd on their last game for senior night. Speaking of serving, oh, I wasn't, but I am now. So, okay, so serving-wise, it was Texico who was doing well with Aspen Furrow, had 5 aces off of 18 serves, had only 1 service error, but scored 12 points against the Lady Coyotes. Next up was Abby Hakama, who isn't here today, but she had three aces off of 12 serves, 1 serving error, and she did score 7 again. So maybe that'll help a little bit as far as getting Tatum into this game, and maybe with 1 less server will help Tatum win, maybe even all 3, who knows? You know, that's why they play these games. And by the way, the JV won earlier, the Tatum Lady JV Coyotes won 2-1 against the Lady JV Wolverines. Also had Aspen Ferrero with, I already said that, 2 for Kinsey Crow, 2 aces off of 12 serves, gave 9 points to their cause, and it was Kaylee Wieland who had 1 ace during the games, had 13 serves and did score 8 points, but did have 1 service error as well. And on the other side of the net for the Lady Coyotes, it was a simple matter of getting Avery Hernard, the junior, 1 ace, and that was off of 13 serves and 1 service error. Dixon also had 1 ace off of 9 serves and 1 service error as well. Ava Slover, on the other hand, had no aces but 7 serves and was able to make 2 points for the Lady Coyotes. Looks like we're going to go ahead and get into the announcements, national anthem, as we get into this game and get it started here pretty soon. Once again, you are on Tatum Coyote Radio. No, not radio. On the internet. Yes, indeed, we are going to go into the national anthem. So we will go with them and take a break. Be back in just a moment for more coverage of the volleyball Tatum Lady Coyotes. Welcome back up ready to Tatum Lady Coyotes volleyball action. Right here in Tatum as they take on number 2, Texico Lady Wolverines, or known as the Green Machine. Fontanella is number 1, the junior. Katie Wieland, number 2 for the Lady Wolverines. Number 3 is going to be Avery McKelvin. Number 4, the senior, Autry. Gabby De La Rosa, the junior, number 5. Kelsey Wieland, number 7, the freshman. Jasmine Hernandez, number 8, the junior. And it is Ava Collins, number 11, but before that it is Aspen Furrow, number 9, the senior. And it is Cadence Lucero, number 12, junior. Kinsey Crow, 13, junior. And Jasmine Hernandez is number 15. Gabriel Jones is the head coach for the Lady Wolverines. Aubrey Young, the senior, number 2. Of course, number 1, junior Gwen Hernandez. Number 3 is going to be Avery Hennard, junior. Number 5, Colby Hennard. Number 6, junior Allison Dixon. Number 7, junior Sydney Rice, the killer herself. Number 8 is Ava Slover, senior. Recognize her from the broadcast from the football. Number 9 is Isabel Ramirez, freshman. 10 is Karen Balion, senior. Luann Villasenor is number 11, senior. Darby Tucker is number 12, a senior as well. Sophie Flores, number 13. And number 15, Mezzi Martinez. Well, they are here. All right, so we have number 14, Dranon Young. As we get the low fives underway to get this game started in just a moment. We, of course, celebrating the seniors once again as we get into this final game of the season. And, of course, we'll talk about playoff implications as the game goes on. But these two teams have played tough. Once again, Texico has only lost 1 in the district on sets, 27 wins, 1 loss for sets, while Tatum, 21 wins for sets and 10 losses. So they got swept twice, once by Eunice and once by this Texico team in Texico. Able to beat Eunice just the other day, Tuesday to be a fact. 25-19, 16-25 was the second set. Third set, 25-11. And the fourth set was 25-21, a closer game. But here we go as they get ready and line them up. Looks like for Tatum, it's going to be Gwen Hernandez out there along with Luann Villasenor. Aubrey Young. There's also going to be Darby Tucker. I'd imagine it would be all the seniors and 1. Looks like it's going to be also Avery Hennard, as that first one is in an error service for a first point for the Lady Coyotes. And the last one on the court, well, we'll talk about that in a second, as it is now the service of Isabel Ramirez. I believe that's the one I missed. And she serves that one over, and Texico gets it back. Nice one for, that was just off. Looked like it was touched at the net. But in any case, it is going to be a point for the Lady Wolverines, and they are back to serve once again. That time it looked like it's McKelvin who served that one and tried to get it from the from the floor was Aubrey Young, but unable to get it. So that'd be another point for the Lady Wolverines. 2-1 is the score, as you see. It looks like once again it will be the junior serving for the Wolverines. Back and forth. The Wolverines try to kill it, and it gets blocked, but it does go up. One more hit. And that, okay. I thought that was going to be a 4-hitter, but it wasn't. And instead it goes and finds the corner, and that will be a point for Tatum. 2-2 is the score here, and now looks like it's me, Aubrey Young, serving for the first time tonight for the Lady Coyotes. That one's going to go in low, was dug out though, and will be forced back over to the Tatum side, and it's going to be a nice punch out for, that was Lucero. It's going to De La Rosa this time around as it goes back over. Touched at the net, and it looks like it's going to be a point for, there's a little bit of confusion here. Yep. And so it is going to be Tatum ball still. Two and two is the score on the scoreboard, though, as Aubrey serves. Gets that one across, and one hit and done, and went right to Sydney Rice. Unable to handle it, though, as it goes into the net. And now it will be 3-2, and serving will be the Lady Wolverines in this first set. Back over Aubrey, one more hit, and we get it back to the Texico side. Able to get it just over the net, it's Hennard. And back to Texico, Lady Wolverines, and that time it was Kinsey Crow who was able to hit that one. And I expected to see a close game. This one so far very back and forth, as it's going to be set up for Crow, the junior, as he gets back over from Texico, or to Texico. And once again set up for a kill, but unfortunately Hennard unable to get it past the net. In any case, it's going to be, all right, gravity. Another point for the Wolverines. A nice block by the Lady Coyotes. Once again, though, tried to get that one, didn't quite get it, but is able to work it back across it again. And, a touch back and forth, and it did get past without touching the net. This time around, gets past Crow. And Lady Wolverines are able to handle it, though, and get it back to the Coyotes, Lady Coyotes. And this one is going to be a nice touch from Sydney Rice. But Lady Wolverines still working it. Second hit, though, and that's going to be shanked. And it will be another point for the Lady Wolverines. Looks like we've got a substitute coming in, Ava Slover. As no, she's going to be serving, so apparently it's going to be a point for the Lady Coyotes coming out. That looked to be Sydney Rice. And an ace for Slover. First one of the game, I believe. But either way, nice service. Good timing for all is the score, as this will be second serve for Ava Slover. See if she can go another ace, or see what she does on this one. All right, back across to Texico, and the second hit. We'll get it back to Tatum, as it's going to be a push. And fortunately, that was Crow who hit it. The point looked like it was going to be Dixon who got something on that, but Crow once again able to block it back in. And now actually it was out of bounds. So what am I talking about? 5-4. Nice play by Crow, got it across, but got it back over to the Texico side where the Lady Coyotes, and that time it did go inbounds. And a nice hit for the Lady Wolverines to get the serve back as well. 5-5 is the score. Somebody was talking about the fact that they're so old school that they remember when you didn't get a point for that. Nice service from Lady Coyotes, and that was Whelan. And unfortunately, unable to handle it for the Lady Coyotes was Villasenor. As they only got one hit on that one before it went under the net. And Lady Wolverines will have that point. Nice one from Hennard, but able to get it back were the Lady Wolverines. And unfortunately, once again, hitting it into the net, De La Rosa this time, Gabby De La Rosa. And a rotation for the Lady Coyotes, as it is now 7-5. And this one once again hit by Whelan. Just inside, looked like. So Lady Coyotes get the ball back, possession as well, and the point, 7-6. Close one so far, as there has been no big runs either side. They've been keeping it close, keeping a tight one. Expected that, as that was Hennard who gave a serve for the Lady Coyotes. Nice punch by Crow, but was able to get it back across for the Lady Coyotes. And hit number 2, and that's going to go short. Nobody was able to hit it for the Wolverines, and that would be a point. So it'll be a tie game right now at 7-all. Second service from Hennard. And that one looked like it sailed just out of bounds, unfortunately. That means a point back to the Lady Wolverines, and possession once again as they serve this time around. It will be Crow, looks like. Kinsey Crow, the junior. And that one was served perfectly. Looked like that's an ace. As unable to play it, get it off the floor was Villasenor. It's one of those situations, and that's 9-7 in the first set. And second serve and an error as that goes into the net. So unable to capitalize on Kinsey Crow for the Lady Wolverines. But back into serving once again is going to be, looks like, De La Rosa. No, that's Dixon. Sorry, I got the wrong lineup. Dixon. But one and done, and now De La Rosa is going to be serving. Gabby De La Rosa. It is now 10-8. A nice soft one over to Aubrey Young, as that was hit nicely also. That time around by Villasenor. Back to Villasenor, and one more time. Hits it across and over for Hernandez, the junior. And unfortunately unable to block that. That was hit very nicely by Autry to, I believe that was Tucker, and Tucker was unable to stop it, but either way, that's a point again for the Lady Wolverines. Pulling out a little bit, 11-8 right now, 3-point lead in this first set. And a nice hit, but was recovered by the Wolverines. And out of bounds it will go, but that's not before it was touched by a Lady Coyote. And another quick point for the Lady Wolverines. 12-8 is what we have right now, as we have a timeout on the floor. Once again, not much at stake as far as the playoffs. Both teams are pretty much in there. They just want to get a win. Tatum would definitely like to get a win. First one since 2012 against this Lady Wolverines team. And definitely important for them to get some momentum going with their already 4-game winning streak versus Lady Wolverines' 7-game winning streak and 9-0 in the district. The last time they lost was to a higher-ranked team, Portales Lady Rams, who are playing right now for the district championship. So we're back to action It looks like Ava Slover is out there, as well as Aubrey Young. It's going to be Darby Tucker and Avery Hennard, and even Hernandez, Gwen Hernandez Jr. Just a little too low, though, for Villasenor, as that will be another point to Texico. 13-8, 5-point advantage now, and they have had a nice little run of about 5 points. Getting it back to play, that was Hennard. Texico plays it well and hits it right to Aubrey, unable to take that. Didn't see who hit it, looked like it could have been De La Rosa, who is serving again. But give them another point, 14-8, and they're starting to pull away in this first set. And that was going to be an error serve for De La Rosa. So 14-9, but Tatum has been known occasionally to start off slow and get hotter as the sets progress. Right now, Villasenor is going to be serving. Let's see what she can do with this one. We have a nice crowd here for senior night, as well as the last game of the season, and unfortunately that was hit twice. So it'll be going back to the Lady Wolverines. 15-9 right now, a 6-point lead, as it looks like it's going to be. Oh yes, that's right. It's going to be De La Rosa serving, Gabby. And that is hit across nicely by McKelvane. And unfortunately, Tatum Lady Coyotes could not handle that one, as that was Hernandez along with Tucker, who had an opportunity to get back across the net but unable to, in fact, hit it into the net. 16-9 is the score right now, as another serve goes up, and looks like Sydney Rice did get that kill, yes. Another point for Lady Coyotes. So they need a run right now. They got to go into it right now, but definitely a good start, as Rice went ahead and hit that one. And now it's going to be the freshman, Isabel Ramirez, going to serve. No pressure, as you're facing a top team in this Lady Wolverines. Tried to block it, wasn't able to, but did get the 3 hit. Villasenor was able to get that across. Blocked that time, and once again back over to Texico. And back across again, back and forth. This time around, though, hit nicely by the Lady Wolverines. And that time around, it was Autry who tried to get it across. Get it back over there. Wolverines able once again to get back to Texico. But unfortunately, that is Hennard who hit it in but was blocked. And that is going to be Wolverine point. 17-10 now. Exciting long points they are. Just could not get that one across again to give a point to the Lady Coyotes. Ooh, and unfortunately, right off of the arms of Hennard to her sister Hennard, Avery, and they just could not get that one across the net. It hit the net instead, and another point for the Wolverines. Another service, and this time it's going to go back. Villasenor was unable to play that one as well. So another great serve. In fact, that was an ace once again this time around for McKelvane. Coach Gabriel Jones giving a little hints. Once again, 58 set wins for this team. Only 17 losses during the season. They played a couple of teams above their district or conference. It looks like there is somebody who is out of place. So that was a quick point for the Wolverines, as the judge is trying to let them know about that so it doesn't happen again. Say it's a wrong shift or something, but in any case, out of position. Couldn't tell exactly who it was. Could have been Aubrey Young for all I know. But a discussion right now happening as it is now 20-10. 10-point lead, not on, not something that you can just overnight get into, but well, you can come back to it. It just takes a moment. They did against Chow just a couple weeks ago. This Tatum team did, and they can do it again. But Texico, very tough. They don't give up very many opportunities to be able to beat them. One set is all they've lost in the district so far, and that was to Chow. Looks like we got everybody back in the situation they need to be in for Tatum, as that goes to Aubrey Young. Tried to get it out of bounds, but unfortunately did not hit it enough. And that will be a quick point for Texico and the Lady Wolverines. 4 points away from the first set at 21-10. And once again, it's going to be McKelvane to serve. Hennard tried to get it back across, didn't, but was able to. And back already, Aubrey Young wasn't able to handle that one hand. It is 22-10. Timeout, Tatum, as they're trying to get back into this game, but may have to settle for a set loss. Again, this Texico Lady Wolverines team does not mess around. They don't give up very many opportunities to be able to beat them. And so far, 22-10 is what we have right now. 12-game winning streak on the line. Coming back just a moment right here on Tatum Sports. Making your day right here as we have Tatum Coyotes, Lady Coyotes, volleyball right here on your Tatum Sports Network. I am Ron Gunner. Next to me is Max taking care of all the visual with the camera as we get back in action. Looks like it's going to be McKelvin once again for that serve. And once again, another looks like a really great serve and ace. Aubrey Young wasn't able to handle it. And definitely it was close. Sydney tried to get it back into play, but just could not do it. Point, 2 more points, and the first set will go to Texico. Love it how it rhymes sometimes like that. And that goes back and looks like it's going to be out of bounds. And we'll save at least a served set point for right now, as it is still 2 points away, 23-11. A huge hole as it is Aubrey Young, the senior, her last regular season game. Is going to try to see if they can get back into it with her serves. And the first one, unfortunately, does go in the net, so that wastes that opportunity. And now that sets up with the Lady Wolverines set point. 24-11 for the first one. And it's going to be into the net and an easy set point for the first set. So 25-11 is the score for this first set. And Lady Wolverines able to win that one. Be back in just a moment for more action as we go into break right here on the Tatum Sports Network. Got to push it real good right here in Tatum. as we have more of a break at about another minute to go. But once again, first set goes to the Texico Lady Wolverines with a little bit of ease after all. They were tied for a moment. They were up till 7-7 before the Lady Wolverines pulled away to a 25-11 victory in the first set. Still, though, we've seen the Lady Coyotes come back and be able to get some victories several times. They did that against Jal. In fact, they struggled in the second set as well before coming back and winning that second set just not too long ago against that Jal team. But again, this is not the Jal team. This is Texico. And there's a reason why they've won 7 in a row, and they've only lost to a couple of teams that are above the district or the conference, like 4A teams. But serving right now is going to be Lady Coyotes. And it's going to be close, and they did get it back across again. Did not go out of bounds. And we'll go over back to Furrow. And this time Crow brits it up, and Furrow puts it in, and looks like that is going to be a kill. And it is already 2-0. Well, no, actually it should be 1-0. Wasn't that? How was it 2? But in any case, scoreboard says 2-0. As it is serving right into the net. The one who just had that kill just a moment ago. That was Furrow. So coming in for Tatum is going to be Dixon. And stepping out is Wynn Hernandez, the junior, as Aubrey Young is serving and gets it in. And Texico gets it across once again, but is unable to play it. Was Hernard. Nope, actually it wasn't Hernard that time. It was Ramirez. And once again, 1 and done for the serve. And we're looking at a 2-1 score now. As this time around, it's going to be the serve of McKelvane. That was close to an ace, but was able to dig out of it for Villasenor. But unfortunately, it hit the net. Couldn't get it across. 3-1 is what the score is so far in this second set. Glad you guys are with us. My name is Ron Gunter, and I always love giving free sports to the public, especially the high school. That time around went over. And unfortunately, out of bounds for Tatum. Once again, another point for the Lady Wolverines, rolling right now 4-1 early in this second set. And once again, serving. And another error for Tatum. Quick point. 5-1, and Tatum needs to fix that. They're being told to, I think the rotation is wrong. But right now it is Avery Hennard who is talking to the judge, or listening to the judge. As the front line, it's something about the front line. But even the Coach Pierce, is making sure that everybody is in the right place for the next serve. So this is like the second time it's happened, costing the team 2 points. First in the first set, and that one in this set. Five to 1 is the score right now in the second set. And that one is delivered. Looks like it's going to be Rice who's going to deliver it back across and is able to get it in for the kill. And it does get it back to 5-2, and Tatum is able to serve. Looks like this time around it's going to be Ava Slover to try her hand once again at serving. She did get an ace in the last set. See if she can do it again. No, but she did have a nice serve. As that one is going to get hit back across by Texico. Goes back to Texico. That was Furrow who hit it earlier. And Crow unable to handle that one, and it goes out of bounds for a point to Tatum, 5-3. And we're getting a little bit closer to a tie again. early in this second set. Ava Slover once again with the serve. And nicely hit. It's going to go over, and it was Hennard who was able to put it back to the ground that time, to the floor, for another kill for the Lady Coyotes. 5-4. One more, and it will be a tie game. If Slover can get it across. She does. Hit by Crow and set up for Crow, and she bops it over. Gets it back across again. Nice defense, but unfortunately going the wrong way. Slover hit it to a diving Isabel Ramirez, and just goes out of bounds. So unfortunately, unable to continue that scoring of 2 on the service of Slover. And back over 6-4 is what we've got. Looks like this is going to be De La Rosa to serve, and it did. She did. And that is Crow who gets it across. Aubrey, though, gets to save, and back across it is Villasenor. Set up again, this time for Hernard. She's able to get it across, even though the block didn't quite get there, but Gwen Hernandez put a hand on it before it went to the ground, or to the floor, and goes back. One serve and done. 6-5, though, is the score. And Hennard with an almost ace on that one, but does get it across, and gets it back across was Lucero. Just a nice little easy push, and gets between players, and it is another point. 6-6 is the tie now, but unfortunately a serve into the net ends the service for the Lady Coyotes at 2. So 7-6 was tied for a moment, but that moment is gone. 7-6 is the lead for the Lady Wolverines. Second set. First one was already won, 25-11. As this one is set up, and looks like it's going to be, oh, she went across though, unfortunately. Would have been a nice hit, but she couldn't control her momentum and went under the net. That was Dixon who did that, the junior. So it will be another serve. This time around for Wieland, for Texico, as we have a timeout. And we're going to take one, too. We'll be back in just a moment with Lady Coyote action, the volleyball team, of course, you know, on Tatum Sports, on Hobbs America, and YouTube. Senior night here in Tatum as we have more volleyball action right now. It is a tight game, 8-6, with the Lady Wolverines serving as well as having the lead. But it's been a back and forth a little bit, as it looks like it's going to be a serve once again coming from Wieland, Kaylee Wieland. As we get back underway, that was a timeout called. So we'll see if that helps. And it looks like it did a little bit, because that one went right into the net, service error, and goes back to service for Lady Coyotes. Quickly on the ball as always, and this time around it looks like it's going to be Dixon. Was unable, though, to get it, though. It was hit to the back. Dixon was the only one back there, unable to get underneath it, and now she goes out and comes in. Back in was Aubrey Young. Usually that's one of those Aubrey Young usually gets with no problem. 9-7, back to serve. And it's going to be Crow, Kinsey Crow, for the Lady Wolverines. And here we go. And another whistle, calling it dead, another point, and another talk from the official, the head official. Illegal substitution, possibly. It looked like it was really quick, so I think that's what happened. Was in any case, so maybe just a wrong shift. But Aubrey now back over, and it will be 10-7. In any case, back to action. Hit across very nicely for Texico was McKelvain. And while looking down, that one goes and scores for Tatum. 10-8 now, as once again back to serve will be Villasenor. She gets set, seeing if she can get a couple of services out of her. Gets into the Wolverine area. A nice little push from the Wolverine, and that was Furrow. Just light touch. Just able to get it across. Nobody was able to get underneath it for Tatum. And one and done are the Lady Coyotes once again. So back to serve once again will be, looks like Fontelli. Set up and a quick whistle. Nope, two-hitter. Coach, though, Coach Jones is asking about that one, but nevertheless. And now there is a substitution. Looks like it's going to be coming out will be Tucker. And coming in to serve is going to be Isabel Ramirez, as she does that for Lady Coyotes. 11-9 is the score, and that one was hit. Aubrey Young was the one that touched it. Get it over for Hennard. And a little bit of a miscommunication, but they were able to get it across Lady Wolverines, and it will be set once again for Hennard. Couldn't kill it, but it is still in play. Hennard, nope, it will be Rice, and gets back over to the Tatum side once again. Another kill possible for Hennard, nope. Goes back over there one more time and got to hit it and did, but it'll be out of bounds. Just knew that was going to be hit hard. It was more of a desperation hit than anything else. Try to keep it in play, but unfortunately goes out of bounds. Back over to the Lady Wolverines. 12-9 now. Hit nicely and double hit. No, but either way. No. She said point for Texico. For a second they thought it was going to be point for Tatum. So Lady Wolverine still serving. Looks like it's going to be a nice one to Aubrey Young once again. Server though for McKelvain once again. No, actually no, that was Furrow. So two nice serves from Furrow. And now it is 14-9, a 5-point differential. And a timeout once again from Tatum as we continue this one. And like I said, I don't think it's going to matter on either side who wins. Texico already has district champion locked up. And yeah, we're going to get foot loose out here on this game. Be back in just a moment. Timeout Tatum Lady Coyotes as they're hoping to cut loose, foot loose, and get back into this game, but they are down right now by 5, 14-9 in the second set, and they definitely need to get some inspiration, anything to be able to get back in this game, as it is going to be once again Aspen Furrow to serve. And she gets it over, and it does sail out of bounds. So another error for the Lady Wolverines is now 14-10. Back service again. This time around, Aubrey Young to serve. She does get it in, but Wolverines able to control it. Back to the Tatum side, and it does get across again. Third hit is going to be pushed over, but out of bounds. That was hit by Autry, and a point for Young and the Coyotes. Here we go again. This time it trips over, just hits the net, and Crow unable to get underneath it, so definitely a point for Lady Coyotes. So hopefully she won't over hit this one. As it does get in, and it's back over to the Tatum side. One more hit for Lady Coyotes, and they do get it back across. And, oh, no, unfortunately it does go in the net, and it was trying to get it back across was Dixon, but it was too low at that time, and unfortunately went underneath the net. So you got a couple of points on there, but wasn't able to get back into the lead. 15-12 right now as it goes back over to Lady Wolverines for service. And that one goes right in the net. That was an unfortunate service for McElvain. And a substitution real quick. That looked like that was Slover coming in. Coming out was Sydney Rice. And Slover going to serve. And just got hit. Going to be back, but did get it up front where Texico and able to save it. Over to Aubrey Young, and it'll be Hinard who hits it. Gets it across was Villasenor. Back over to Texico once again, setting up. Dixon hits it, but it is blocked. And will be a Texico point. So 16-13. As it looks like for Texico. Once again, the captain will be serving, De La Rosa. A little bit of communication there between two of the players for Tatum, between, looks like that was Ramirez and Dixon. Neither one of them went for the ball. They didn't want to hurt each other, and instead the ball just hits the ground, and point for the Lady Wolverines. 17-13. De La Rosa once again serving. Gets it back across. Crow was able to hit it. And it goes out of bounds. Yeah, that's definitely going to be out of bounds since it's across the line. Crow, though, tried to play it, but knew as soon as she went 2 steps in that it was out of bounds. As we have a substitution going in is going to be for Lady Coyotes, Tucker. And coming out is going to be Ramirez. Henard serving. I'm going to get a run out of her. As that one goes across, and Crow played it just nicely, just hit before it goes out of bounds, and loses service on that one. 18-14, we took a little trip, as it is going to be Lady Wolverines once again serving this time around. It's going to be Wieland for the Lady Wolverines. And as she sets up, serves it. And again, another violation from Lady Coyotes. And this is like the 5th time they've had an adjustment. Well, that's what. But there's going to be now a consult. I think the whistle was a little early. So no point is going to be added. Looks like they're going to discuss that, though, make sure about it. I think the lineup, I think that was the thing, is she thought it was out of position, but coach is trying to tell her that she is in the right position. There was no rotation, or a wrong rotation anyway. So it should not be a point for the Wolverines. Should be 18-14 still. And we'll have to play that over again. But still working it out, though, right now are the officials. And just a little unhappy about the whole thing is, of course, Tracy Pierce, the coach, hoping to get this resolved because it is costing her team points. And points at this point against this Lady Wolverines team are not going to be easy to come by, and definitely don't want to give them extra opportunities to get this off of some misfortunes. All right, so we are back to play again. Still, though, Lady Wolverines ball. Serve. Coming up for the kill, that is Dixon. This time around does get it and kills that one. 19-15, and will get to serve is Dixon, the one who just got that last kill. So nicely done. Aubrey out. As it is set up for Lady Wolverines. Tatum gets it back. Able to hit it in, and that was Villasenor who was able to get that kill and get the ball back, or continue actually. 19-16. As Dixon serves once again, this time it is hit nicely. And unable to field. That one was Dixon once again, the only one in the back. Just off to her right as it goes in or stays in for another point. 20-16, and looking like another set could go to the Lady Wolverines, as that is Crow was able to serve that first one and get a point. Put it off the hands of Tatum, wasn't able to play that one well. Crow for her second serve. Does go to Ava Slover. Slover goes over and gets it to Billy Senior, who is able to get it in, and looks like that's going to be just, inside on the other side for Tatum. Slover once again hits it, and a set up. Again, well played by Tatum and Tucker. But this time, though, it's Aubrey Young who could not handle it. Goes back and unfortunately wasn't able to get it fished out. So it is 22-16. 3 points away from the second set being a victor for Lady Wolverines. Tatum still has a moment, but they need to get back into the serving side. And that will help because of a serving error. So Crow unable to get it across. And speaking of that, we have a substitution for Tatum. Going to get Sydney Rice back in here and Ava Slover out for a moment, as Villasenor is able to deliver that one, serve it. Getting across and touching it very lovingly was Furrow for the point. 23-17, back over to Lady Wolverines, 2 points away from another set. That one is going to get hit low, but hits across by Hennard. Is blocked, but unfortunately that one goes into the Tatum side and falls to the floor. Sydney Rice wasn't able to play it well. We are at set point once again. 24-17 for the second set. Tatum doing better than the first set. They had 25-11. Up in the air for Sydney, and we get one more hit from Hernard. Gets it across. As that one is going to go in, stay in. And unfortunately that's going to be set point. 25-17 is what we have for the second set. And Tatum already down 2-0 as Texico was able to get that one once again, 25-17. But back in just a moment, as yes indeed, we're going to get a little bit of Neil Diamond right here on Tatum Sports. All right, welcome back to action. We are in Tatum, as Tatum is down 2 sets to Texico. These are the number one in their district, and they have not lost a single game in district. They have lost only one set, and that was to Jal. And so far, Tatum is struggling a little bit, but the 2 games, 25-11 for the first set, 25-17 for the second set. And hoping to get a better, the third set if they lose. Tatum does. This is the end of that one. But in any case, looks like both teams are going to be going to the playoffs. Speaking of playoffs, Tatum, the Coyotes are going to be playing Saturday. And that game time has changed. We'll be playing the Mesilla Valley Christian School. And that move from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock could change again, but you can get those tickets online. And you have to buy those online. You can't buy them with cash. So if you want to go to that game, definitely go to Hatch. Make sure you get online on Tatum Sports. On the Facebook page, you can find that there for the 4 o'clock start. That'll tell you that as well, of course. Once again, the number 3 Mesilla Valley Christian School will be facing your Tatum Coyotes for the second round of football playoffs. Speaking of playoffs, this is the last game of the season for both teams. Texico pretty much has their ticket punched in for the playoffs as district champs. And with just a couple of games behind, Tatum, of course, at number 7, looks like they're going to be able to get into and have a first round game here at home. Set number 3 underway as we get into it. Lady Wolverines are going to be serving. And already set up. Sydney Rice tried to kill it, but it is blocked. One of those blockers was Autry. And serving is going to be Aspen Furrow. 1-0 already. Second serve. As that one goes up, it looks like it's going to be Sydney Rice who's going to be able to get it across. And she does. And gets it past Crow as she's unable to get it back into play. So nice one for the Lady Coyotes. And they are up to serve. Looks like it's going to be Ramirez to serve it in. Almost had it over, but was hit by Crow. And unfortunately for Furrow, she couldn't get it underneath it. Went underneath the net. It would be a point for Tatum, fortunately. 2-1, and first lead of this set, third set. They haven't led in a little while. As it is Texico who gets it back across over to Tatum. Tatum going to play it for a kill from Hennard. Gets it back across. Looks like it's going to hit the net, and it did. Wolverine so able to play it, get it back across after a lucky hit, and back over to Texico. Second hit, but third hit. Nicely across. Aubrey Young able to set it up for Hernandez. And that one, though, does hit the out of bounds just barely. So, yes, it'll be another point for Tatum. So far, service for Lady Coyotes working well this time around for the freshman Ramirez. That one goes off of Villasenor. Will be out of bounds. And that is the end of serve, at least for now, for Lady Coyotes as it goes back over. 3-2 is the score right now. Up in the air and over. Sydney tried to hit it, but had it blocked and did get it over, but yeah, that is going to be 4 hits. That's what I thought. Didn't try to get it across, but too many hits, 4 times. The net kept getting in the way. Tied at 3. This time around, it's going to be served by Raquel Vane, and she gets another point for the Lady Wolverines. And they have the lead now, 4-3. It looks like Coach Jones is going to take a step away from the court. Gabriel Jones. As that one goes long, off the hand of, I believe that was Furrow. And so back to serve will be the Lady Coyotes. Aubrey Young to serve. Gets it ready and delivers. Nice one, too. By the Wolverines, though, and it did hit. Looked like Billy Senior in the hands, past her, out of bounds, or not out of bounds, but on the floor. And one and done for Young, serving. 5-4. Hit nicely by the Wolverines. Could not get that. That was Fontanella. And on the Tatum side, that was Hennard, who was unable to get that back across again. So another point for the Wolverines. And the server hits that one. Of course, that was Autry. Back over, all in front of Autry. Could not get to it in time. And that would be a point for, as you know, that was out of bounds. So played it well, did the Wolverines. 7-4, 3-point lead right now in the third set. As that one is hit across by Hard. Unable to handle it. Crow was got it low after it was hit by McElvain. And another opportunity for Tatum as they serve. Ava Slover gets that one in. Nice delivery. Some around, looks like it's going to be, just hit by Ramirez, and that's going to go off the net. Looked like Crow was the one to hit it last, but either way, a point for Tatum. And hoping to get a rally on this one as Ava Slover is serving still. Up in the air and over for the Wolverines. Villasenor was able to get it back across again. And that's going to be Crow. Hits it too hard. Did it hit the hand? No, it did not. Tatum gets the point. 7-7 is the score. Tie. Ava Slover once again for another service. That one goes in the middle. Dug out though. Oh, and that time, two players once again. Dixon and Hernard unable to control it, and it goes in for a point. Back to just when they get the tie game, Wolverines are able to get back into it and get the service as well. Looks like this time around it's going to be nice serve. Server gets it up in the air, gets it across for a Crow. Unable to get it over the net of both players. One hits the floor, and the other, Villasenor, tried to get it to it, but nobody else was able to get back to it and get it across for Tatum. And that is Wieland, who is serving 9-7 for the Wolverines. One more hit. Hennard gets it across. Back to Crow. Crows kills it. She does have that power. Was able to continue the serve for the Lady Wolverines. 10-7 once again. And a timeout on the floor. We'll take one with them as third set. Wolverines are up. The Green Machine is doing a lot of damage to your Tatum Coyotes. Lady Coyotes going to be back in just a moment. Actually, this is a good time to go ahead and talk about the sponsors. Without them, we would not be able to get this coverage to you. Tatum Municipal Schools, Legendary Services, Bob's Thriftway, Lee County Electric Cooperative, along with EP&S, Lasco Constructions, and Western States Insurance. Thank you very much, everybody, for getting us to be able to cover these games. This was the last game of the season. We're going to have playoffs next week. And you know, Tatum's going to be, along with Texico and possibly even Eunice, could be involved as well. Kind of iffy right now. They're playing Hagerman, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Actually, Eunice is playing Loving, so it's a pretty good chance that they will be able to win that one pretty easily. Chow is playing Hagerman. We're back to action as it is going to be another serve once again. And this time around, another rotation problem for your Lady Coyotes. And again, just giving up these points, cannot do that against this tough Texico team. And it is Furrow who gets it across again. Oh, that is going to sail out of bounds off of the hands of McElvain. So a bit of a gift right there back to Tatum. As this time around, it's going to be Hennard. Of course, that is Avery Hennard. Crow hits it up, and it goes under the net. Tried to get it back over, or at least back into play, was Tucker. It's just too low, and it goes under the net for a point. So lose service once again for Tatum. As Crow delivers that one, but knows it's hit too hard. She put too much force into that one. It goes out of bounds. Goes back over to service for Lady Tatum Coyotes. Dixon up to serve. Going to be hit, and that will be blocked, and unfortunately that'll go out of bounds. And because of that hit, it will be back to service for the Lady Wolverines. This time around, it's going to be the captain, De La Rosa, the junior, as she gets it into Aubrey Young. And third hit from Ava Slova is into the net, unfortunately. 14-9. So, Gabriela De La Rosa serving again. She got it low, and it was dove in by Slover, and unfortunately that is going to be another point as it hits the net. 15-9. And hate to say the wheels are coming off, but it could be the swan song, the third act. Tatum, though, still has a chance to get back into it. 15-9 is the score. Need to get some offense real quick as this defense is on. Back to Wolverines, over to Tatum again. Second hit. Going to set that one up for Villasenor, and was able to get it past two blockers. And that was one of those was Autry. Oh yeah, and the other one was McKelvin. Back over to Tatum for the serve. Villasenor has a pause. Oh, and the other judge was talking to the sideline. So now we're good, as Villasenor is going to deliver a serve. Get it over there. Up and over. And unfortunately that was hit by Ava Collins. And touched by a couple of Tatum Lady Coyotes. So service has been lost once again. 16-10. And it will be Aspen Furrow once again to serve. And a quick touch over for a nice point for Adeline Autry. And once again, another great point, quick point for Lady Wolverine, 17-10. Furrow back again with the serve, and unfortunately two hits into the net. First by Hernandez, then by Hennard. And that goes into the net for another point, 18-10, quickly getting into another slobber knocker for Lady Wolverines. Another service, but this time around too low, and it goes in the net. Service goes back over to Tatum to see if they can get something going offensively in action. 18-11, 7 down. Still have a moment to be able to get back into this one, but they're going to have to do it quickly. This is the third and final set possible. Hit back by Crow. That was delivered by Ramirez. And Tatum earns that point. So once again, it will be the freshman serving, Ramirez. Isabel. Across again. A nice flick, and that one is going to be a net violation from Adeline Autry. So, yes, hit the net. So, point for Tatum. Needs about 8 more of those. It is Crow who has went up to the official to ask about that call. So, yeah, and that was from the coach, Coach Jones. Here we go with the third serve. Goes to Crow, goes in the back, and it is fished out. And we'll go across back to Tatum. Aubrey Young. And Hennard is able to hit that one. And, yes, that one is not played well for Texico. And looking to be a little bit closer. 18-14. Once again, we took a little trip. And Tatum still wanting to get back into this game, take the trip down to the winning side. 12 in a row is what Tatum has lost. And that is a nice point for Tatum as Wieland wasn't able to get that one. Kaylee Wieland. 18-15 now. Once again, serving is going to be the hot hand herself, Ramirez. Finding herself on the floor was Adeline Autry, unable to play that one, and quickly we're down to 2 points difference. Firo with that cover, or that delivery of a serve. But unfortunately, Autry was able to make that point back again. And just when you think that Tatum has got some momentum and tries to tie the game, Wolverines come back strong, 19-16. That's what we've got on here, as it is going to be McKelvane. Barely gets across Villasenor. And going to hit Crow, and that goes in, unfortunately for Aubrey and Young, and she thought it was going to be out, so she didn't try for it. 5 points away from match, 16-20. So McKelvin, the junior, going to see what she can do in this serve. Long. Service is ended, and we go back to Tatum. Aubrey Young once again to serve. And gets that across. Nice one. Set up. Crow set up for that one as well, and back to Tatum. Oh, but that was played a little off. Sydney Rice wasn't tried to get it across. Actually looked like she was trying to play for a setup. Either way, though, mishit and loses the serve. 21-17 in this third set. Quickly already serving is going to be Autry. That one goes out of bounds for a quick point to the Wolverines. And we're looking at 3 points away from match on this one. So trying to hold serve are the Lady Wolverines. Another punch. That was Dixon. Tried to get it over by a punch and instead hits it into the net. Or wasn't able to hit it again. And we're looking at 2 points now. 23-17. Another one this time around from Young. But delivered in. I couldn't tell if it was Crow or if that was Fontanella. But either way, this is for match point. Up in the air, and Dixon hits it across. Back over to Crow. Gets it up again. Crow going to hit it. Yep, and that's it. Hits it softly and killed her softly with that hit, as that is the final third game or set. And Tatum goes down 25-11, 25-17, and 25-17 again. Continuing the streak now, it is 13 games in a row that the Wolverines have beat Tatum. And that ends it, but does not end the season. It ends the season, but it does not end their playoff hopes. as both sides will be going to the playoffs. Texico now has a record of 20-3, and Tatum falls to 13-8 for the season. But again, they still have a record. They still have the ranking of 7th. So I pretty much believe that they're going to be going to the first round here to host. Not sure who it's going to be. It looks like Texico is going to get a bye for the first round. But definitely a hard-fought game by both sides. Just Texico too much to handle. Their 8-game winning streak intact. Tatum breaks their 4-game winning streak, as the last team they had lost to was Texico. So booked into that one pretty nicely. Texico sweeps Tatum on the district series. So Sundays when they're going to be picking the playoffs, they're going to be doing the playoff matchups or finding out who is going to be in the playoffs for that series. Meanwhile, you have Tatum football that's going to be happening this Saturday. And speaking of fascinating games, just the other day, this last week, Tatum was able to come in after some weather delay and a rain and beat Dulce, the Tigers, 58-6. That was in the first half, so they're moving on to Mesilla Valley, and that's going to be played at Hatch. Once again, the game has been moved to 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday. You can get your tickets online at Tatum Football on Facebook. I don't know if there's any other place, but you can definitely get them there. If you want to get your tickets, of course, it will be right here on Tatum Sports. Brought to you free, as always. Not sure about the coverage as far as video, but we definitely will have the play-by-play on the internet. Once again, those who are coming in late, this game is over. 3 sets, and that's all it took. 25-11, 25-17, and 25-13. Texico victorious, and Lady Wolverines at 20-3 for the season. 10-0 for the district. Perfect and undefeated. Meanwhile, Tatum at 7-3 still have great hopes. Still haven't heard anything about the Eunice game or the Jal game. Eunice playing Loving. Probably would be an easy sweep on that one, I would imagine. And Jal playing Hagerman. Hagerman actually is 4-5 and still has a possibility of a playoff chance. Last time they were ranked at 13, Eunice at 14, so they're both on the bubble right there. Need a little help to get in. Santa Rosa was 13, McCurdy 11, Raton 10, Cloudcroft 9, Lordsburg was at number 8. Of course, your Tatum Coyotes at number 7. Cuesta at 6. Laguna Acoma is at 5. Tucumcari at 4. And Mesilla Valley Christian at number 3. So we'll have all the coverage. So we also have football action tomorrow for those Hobbs Eagles fans out there listening. We will have the Hobbs Eagles playing the first round against the Golden Eagles of El Dorado. And that'll be happening at 7 o'clock, hopefully, weather permitting. It'll be cold down there, as me and Ty Friend will be covering that one tomorrow on Hobbs Sports Network. Of course, that'll be on YouTube as well as on the HobbsAmerica.com page. And, yes, you can catch it on Cool 95.7 on the Facebook page. And if you're local, you can catch it on the radio on Cool 95.7. Not much more to say here except, once again, Tatum loses, but they are still in the playoffs, so definitely can expect more fireworks as the seniors have not played their last game yet, maybe not even the last game here, as it all works out for them to be able to play in the playoffs. Once again, that happens on Sundays when they have the selection committee come in and say, this is what happens, this is the playoffs, and here's where the teams will be. All right, for all and no Mark, for Evie back at the station, thank you very much for monitoring us, and for Max doing the perfect cameraman position. I am Ron Gunter. I appreciate you watching and listening, as Tatum has once again lost 3 sets, but will be in the playoffs. We'll be covering them right here on Tatum Sports. And, of course, don't forget about the Tatum football team. Will be covered as well on Saturday, if the weather permits. Take care of yourselves. Have a good evening.